Gosh, we had more advanced technology in the 90s than I thought. Anyway, let's see. But I'll show you why. And we're actually going to go through this level pretty quickly with what I'm trying to do here. I'll show you what. So there's a mission here where if you... There's a thing where if you don't break any boxes, you get the gem you get the special gem at the end. And I'll show you. Now I'm not gonna collect all the special gems. Gosh, I'm not gonna do it for this playthrough anyway. Of course, it's one of those things where I may come back to it, but you know. But yeah, just don't break any boxes, and you'll get the special gem at the end. Let's see, and I hope breaking the bonus thing there just now did not count as doing that. And this also applies to the PS4 version because, you know, PS4 Insane Trilogy version. So you're asking yourself, well, how can you get past this part without breaking any boxes? Well, you just do this, and there you go. Now, they said don't break any boxes. It didn't mean you couldn't bounce on any, which means, and, you know, just as long as you don't break them, is all it is. I swear, I look at them and I get so tempted to break them. But, you know, I already broke them before, so maybe I'm satisfied then. Let's see, and, yeah, it also saves some time to do that. So there you go. There's the blue gem. Yeah. Anyway. I think there might be a cutscene coming up here. Let's see. I already seen your day. Okay, yeah. This one is from Brio. Spoiler.
No, this, as long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. A laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he's created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering.
Which Brio is, even if you don't gather any gems, Nitrous Brio is mentioned. Apparently, I guess he's getting revenge on Cortex for... I don't really remember for sure. I mean, maybe something happened to where Cortex... I don't know for sure. But suddenly Brio's a... I guess he's either a hero or anti-hero in this game. And, you know... By the way, we're introduced to... I'm not mentioning the new things here. I mean, not that you wouldn't... If you're watching this, not that you wouldn't already know. But, like, if I can get over there. So we have Nitros now. We have Ice Physics now. We have a lot of new things. Like, I know I missed Wampa Fruit back there. I know that they basically had a brand new engine for this game, like a brand new thing, and there's also a character on here named Engine, and they introduced a lot of new things in this game. Now, while I've gathered my thoughts and all that stuff, I can finally explain. What I was getting at was for some reason, Crash 1 and 2 on here. I mean, Crash 1, yeah, you can't use the joysticks anyway. But Crash 2, you could, but they don't let you in the digital version for some reason, on PS3 for some reason. The only reason you'd be able to use the circle pad on the PSP version is because you can set it that way for like any game. But like there's my ums again. But it was the same thing for Gex 1 and 2. Gex 1 was definitely understandable because Gex 1 was a side-scroller. Gex 2, on the other hand, Gex Enter the Gecko, was, or Gex 64 Enter the Gecko if you have the N64 version. Well, for some reason, you couldn't use the joysticks in Gex 2 on the digital version on the PS3. But there's no excuse this time because, like, okay, the joysticks, I think, either came out in 97 or 98. Sometime between, I think it was at least sometime between Crash 1 and, or 2 and 3, I mean. Crash 2 and Crash Warped. Well, I don't, but like, they're compatible in this game, like I keep saying. But this one came out in 97, so maybe, I don't know, but there was no excuse for Gex 2. I'm just calling it Gex 2 because it's faster. And it's the second one in the series. But Gex 2 came out in 98. So there was no excuse to not be able to have it on, even on the digital version. So, you know. By the way, that red gem we saw back there, you have to go through a certain bonus level, which I may or may not try to do, but we'll just see what happens. I may go to some special levels, but I'm not going to try to 100% this. It's not it's not nearly as hard as Crash 1 to complete, 100% complete, or however much percent they show. Just fully completing it. It's not as hard, but it is still hard though. In this game, like it's not as hard as Crash 1, but you know what I mean. Let's see. So there's been kind of a thing going, like, I mean, for years now, but like it's been a little more recently. Like saying which is the best Crash. It's been a debate on like it's either. By the way, I'm gonna be doing this real quick. All right, let's see. I'm gonna try to go through here before this random timer down here goes out. So there's been a debate on whether Crash 1 or Crash 2 is, or Crash 1, Crash 2 or Crash Warped is the best Crash. And yes, and I'll get back to that too. Let's see, and basically they're saying like which one is the best, like, because those two have been considered the best Crashes ever. Some people say, like me, says Crash 3 is the best, Crash Warped, and then there's also people who say Crash 2 is the best. But if you ask me, well, yeah, like I said, I think that Crash, there's a reason I'm doing this, ladies and gentlemen. And luckily, you don't have to, you can still lose some lives and still get the gems, and stuff, or, you know, and still get the gem at the end after collecting all the boxes. So, the reason that, or okay, where I was getting at was Crash, I still think Crash 3, Crash Warped stuff is better than 2, but barely. And unlike Sonic 2 compared to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where a lot of people say that Sonic 2 is the best, I I can't agree with that. I just cannot agree with that. I mean, if it's your opinion, yeah, but like, I can't agree on that because it was good, but it was very flawed. Had a lot of flaws. I thought, honestly, if you ask me, I honestly think that 1 and 3 are better than 2. But that doesn't mean that I think 2 is bad. Well, unlike that, I can see where people are getting at with Crash 2 being the best. Like, people thinking Crash 2 is the best. Because they are, to me, they're almost equal. Crash 2 and Crash Warped are almost equal to me.